everything. And what the hell, everything for Thursday, January 7th, 2021.
The week-long trial of 2021 has come to an end. I'd like to cancel my subscription.
Let's cancel that subscription. Oh, boy.
Just kidding.
Fun couple days, last couple days. No, who am I kidding, man? It's not been a fun couple days.
Radio has been fun. Podcasting's been fun. But, outside the realm of the Smith hole, not that great.
Yeah. I was going to say something witty, and then I realized I forgot what I said. The best part of this week is finding out that you are allergic to pine. Tim, have you ever considered eating a Christmas tree?
No, and here's why. I'm allergic to the touch of real ones. I have a fake one at home.
Are you serious?
I'm totally allergic to Christmas trees. Like, I touch them and my hands get all, like, scaly. And
how in the Christ have I never known that before? How did I not know you were allergic to pine trees?
I'm allergic to most evergreen and pine.
Dude, shut up.
I'm not even
like,
joking.
What happens? Like, will you die if you get sap on you?
I don't know that I'll die because I've been such a city boy my whole life. I've never wandered too far into the woods. But anytime I've touched, like, just an example. I know it's hilarious, but just an example. Over Christmas, we went to a person's house. Everyone was safe and distanced and the whole thing. But I touched the tree. I'm like, oh, this is a nice bulb. As we're eating dinner, my one finger swelled up like twice the size of it. I'm like,
shut up.
I go, do you have a real tree in the other room? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, no. Like, I got kind of stuffy.
Oh, my God, I gotta go, you guys, because there's the tree in here.
Well, I just soldier through. Now, if I like a tree.
How long have you been allergic to it? Your whole life?
Like, whole life.
Oh, man.
Whole life. We had a real tree.
I've known you for a dozen years. How did I not know you were allergic to pine trees
never
before?
Came up. I don't know. But here's the hilarious.
No wonder you didn't want to go camping. It's not that you're a pussy. It's just that you might die.
Well, here's the hilarious way I found out. Here's the hilarious.
How did you make it through your whole life being allergic to pine trees in northern Michigan? So you just stay on the sidewalk. Don't go in the woods.
It's my motto. But like, here's how I found out. We had a real Christmas tree one time when I was a kid. I was like 7 or 8. And we had a dog at the time that was pretty big. And the dog knocked the tree over, and it fell on me. So I'm laying there. The tree fell on me. My dad had to lift the tree off, and then we had to put it all back together. And it wasn't long till it looked like I got in a fight with a badger. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, my God. Took me to the ER, and they're like, oh, he's allergic to whatever he was touching. And they're like, the tree.
Mr. and Mrs. Logan, appears your child is allergic to pine trees.
It's just, and the funny thing is, it's very specific. It's like the bark of the tree is what gets me. The needles don't.
That's not necessarily the funny part. The funny part is the whole thing in general.
Well, I took this whole thing off the rails.
So I don't care. Look, apparently you could eat Christmas trees. I don't know. Make it into, what do they say? Hey, make a jar of pickles with some spruce needles. Who cares? You can't eat it because you might die. Dude. Dude. I'm glad I didn't get you that pine sap lotion I wanted to get you.
Just rubbing it on my hands till I bleed.
How did you, man, that's the best.
I've blown your mind.
That's the best. Let's get out of here. Woo! Dude, honestly, I forgot about the aftermath, the laughtermath. Oh, and there was no sound of the laughtermath, by the way.
That's funny, though. It's still funny to watch us, like, just see our faces going, look at us. You're like, how did you not tell me that?
Honestly, I probably got to the point where I feel like it was being mean and just like, because there were people that text into the show, like, right after we talked about it, and they're like, hey, they didn't say it like this, and I'm allergic to pines, but they did say that one guy was like, yeah, my daughter's allergic to pines, and these are things I'm finding out I didn't even know existed, so maybe I should be more sensitive. But I mean, it's really funny.
If you can touch it or ingest it, somebody is allergic to it somewhere. Like, it's pretty much a base thing. I mean, cats, I don't understand. I used to be deathly allergic to cats. They would swell up my face, and I couldn't breathe right. And I have 2 cats.
Yeah.
And the only reason I have those 2 cats is I went to the Humane Society a few years ago, and I'm like, well, I thought maybe my stepkids would want, one of them really wanted a cat. So I'm like, let me go into the cat room at the Humane Society and see how my body does with it. Like, will it still freak out my senses? I went in there. The cat that I currently own was all crawling on my head, like having just a little kitten was like, well, look at me. Nothing happened to me for like an hour. I went, maybe it's every 7 years that stuff's supposed to change or something. So I went, I'm getting a cat.
And you're fine.
And I'm fine, yeah. I don't even take Claritin
I know
or anything.
allergies change, go in cycles with people. I feel like I'm more allergic to things now than I have been in my whole life.
The tree thing has been my whole life, though. It's never changed.
Dude, the fact that you're allergic to trees.
It sounds stupid.
Yeah.
I know.
That's why it's funny.
It's like when someone goes, I'm allergic to the sun. It's like, yeah, sure you are, but that's a real thing, too.
Yeah. Also a real thing is the fact that we talked about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West getting a divorce, which we normally wouldn't do, but it was so hilarious that Kim Kardashian's new career goal is really funny. Just mentioned Kanye West earlier in the show. This is the first time ever that we've talked about Kanye West twice in one show.
Gross.
Him and Kim are getting a divorce, apparently.
Oh.
I don't know. This was not TMZ, but I'm just reading right from the story, and then once I get to the part that really made me laugh, we'll just kind of stop there because it's the peak. Trust me.
There is one thing you do have in common with Kanye West. Believe it or not. It says he spent his time in his Wyoming ranch. And that is what you want to do, only call it Montana. You want to escape to a ranch by yourself.
Yep. I mean, yeah.
You and Kanye.
Like, hey, look, we all got something in common, you know?
Yep.
They are getting a divorce anyway. Kanye's been at his $14 million Wyoming ranch over the holidays instead of spending it with the Kardashian family.
I feel like he had the better option there.
Kim got Kanye to go to Wyoming. How about Wyoming? So I bet Kanye can pronounce it. How about that? That's something that Kanye's better at me than. Probably. And rapping.
Lyrics.
They so that they can live separate lives and quietly get things sorted out to separate and the divorce. She is done, the source continues. Best part of this story, like I said. She is serious about taking the bar exam and becoming a lawyer.
It's never too late.
Man, she's 40. I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are. If you're going to become a lawyer, you're going to become a lawyer.
It's going to take you several years to do it?
Man, I honestly hope that they're going to make that a reality show. Kim goes to
the bar.
Whatever,
the bar exam.
Kim goes to the bar. God dang it.
She's the butt lawyer.
I just want to be a lawyer. Butt lawyer.
Trying to figure out what exactly is a butt lawyer. What are you defending there? Crack? Like
Zinger.
I don't even know.
You know what makes me ridiculously happy? I realized today, even though I just really realized it today.
Yeah?
Army cadences on military bases. Smitty in the morning on The Bear. I wrote everything, Tim. I don't know how you feel about this right now, but I was just thinking about the old Army cadences. I'm a veteran of the United States Army, 1996, 1999, airborne. And I was thinking, I'm starting to get into running. I'm now 8 weeks no smoking.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Really starting to get my health in order. Not eating like garbage. This is all this week, by the way. It's just
gotta start somewhere.
But starting to do some sort of like running, and I'm like, I have to find some of the old cadences, man, to go run with. You know how fired up this makes me? I don't know if today has anything to do with it, but boy, oh boy. It fills me with the weirdest comfort that I can tell you.
Familiarity of
it
was a good time for you.
It is such a nostalgic thing to hear, because when I say people that were never in, every day for 3 years. And guys that have stayed there for 20 years, this has to be like working at the casino where you go home and it's like all you hear is ding, 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 ding.
Uh-huh. Yep.
It's awesome. Like when you don't, I remember when you don't, you would, for whatever reason, not have PT that day. Whatever reason you wouldn't have duty. Either you were sick and you stayed home, or you earned a day off, you know?
Yeah.
You'd be in bed and you hear all those poor bastards out there running. And it was the sweetest sound in the world, though. You know? The sweetest sound in the world is cadence on a bass. Cadence on a bass is the sweetest sound in the world. It's awesome. I love it.
I don't
Ridiculously happy.
In my mind, I heard, I don't know what I've been told. Smitty's knees are hella old. Podcasting, Smith hole bound, getting late, ain't happening now. Sound off.
Would now be a good time to tell you that, like, honestly, the things I hate the worst in life
Is that crap?
are when people do like stereotypical, because I am, so when people do stereotypical like army things or misrepresented in like film or something, like uniforms and the things people say when they say a 10 hut. It's not 10 hut, you stupid idiot.
It is not 10 hut.
You know what I'm talking about.
I am looking forward to looking back on the video and seeing the moment your face went.
Maybe snow dildos will make everything better. I said earlier, I have proof that today is a slow prep day. Do you want the proof? You ready for me to prove it to you?
Oh, I'm ready.
Headline on your 6 o'clock wake and break is Scottish dog owner horrified after dog discovered huge dildo in the snow.
Oh.
There you go.
Yep, that is huge.
There you go. There's another one. I was just waiting to hit you with those pictures.
You're just supposed to put salt on those snowy roads, not that thing.
Is that about an 8-incher?
That's a speed bump. That's what that is if it's out in the road like that. It's a big rubber speed bump.
Yep.
Oh.
That's your wake and break now. You feel normal. Woo! See? Snow dildos, man. Snow dildos make everything better.
You caught me off guard with it, too, because I'm just, typing away, doing my thing, and then it was like I looked up and boom, there it was. Got me.
Let's see. AI that we're terrified of, Tim and I. Not really terrified.
Sometimes I think about, it's cliche, but I think Terminator stuff.
But if you're not terrified, you should be, because now they're trying to make music. We talked quite a bit about artificial intelligence and AI and, what that means for the future. Is it dangerous? I kind of do the science fiction take on it of the movies. Like, I don't trust it, okay? This is another reason why you can't trust AI, because things like this happen. Artificial intelligence Beatles, like the band. I don't know who's responsible for this other than artificial intelligence. Somebody had an AI program do an entire, it says album, but it's 15 minutes long, of the Beatles. An album in the style of the Beatles generated by OpenAI Jukebox. That's who's responsible for this. Let's take a listen. I've heard it's terrible.
Oh, boy.
But I want to know what AI thinks the Beatles should sound like. Let's give that a listen. First of all, it sounds terrible right from the get-go. Second of all, how the hell do this is going to sound really stupid. How does the computer generate
Beatles noises?
Sounds, musical instrument noises.
All
I think about, they have robots, a robot band just playing these instruments, which is 100% stupid and ridiculous.
Animatronics, just like Disneyland.
It's like go through the Hall of Presidents, but it's the Beatles.
Well, the official way they do it,
keep going.
They put all the music of the Beatles into the computer, and then they go make something out of this.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense. Is he even saying words?
No.
So they're just making phonetic sounds.
Oh, yeah. Bet you if you play it backwards, it talks about murdering all humans.
Jeez. Man, some things are just too much. Man, I thought 2021 was going to be awesome. Wrong.
You're
Totally
prophetic.
Wrong. Totally wrong, huh?
Prophetic.
I know. Could have seen it coming a mile away. One thing we don't talk about as much as, well, it's probably because it's not going on right now, and that's hockey. But it was weird when it was happening because obviously the pandemic, and it's hard to follow a sport when it's totally changed schedule.
It's totally changed schedule. It's totally changed division. You know, the bit we're about to play is NHL hockey, National Hockey League. But American Hockey League, like their minor league system, they came out with their divisions, and it's like one division has 8 teams, one has 3, one has 2. I wonder who's going to make the playoffs in that division.
Well, it's just like...
get all freaked out about hockey all the time.
Just get freaked out about hockey all the time.
I do.
Coming up in just a little bit, you got your 7 o'clock wake and break. That's going to be about the werewolves of Pakistan. Also later in the hour, artificial intelligence beetles. The band, the Beatles, not the insect, the Beatles. Artificial intelligence beetles.
Still.
It's coming up in just a little bit. You know, every time we get close to the hockey season, I want to say next week, the NHL kicks off. Mm-hmm. Every time we get close, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get stoked about the hockey season. And then what happens almost every time, I read about something stupid that the NHL is doing.
Yeah.
And it really works to lessen my enthusiasm about the upcoming season because, man, I was actually really excited. I'm like, yeah, we're going to get some hockey going. We're going to get the Red Wings back in action. Man, it's going to be almost like back to normal.
Yeah.
First of all, explain the lack of offsides now in the NHL, because we were talking about this off the air the other day, and it makes me insane to even think about.
Like, if you've ever watched hockey, the rule is the blue lines on both sides.
Let's just go for the assumption that everybody knows the rule.
I assume that.
Sure.
So basically the puck has to cross that line before any of your team's players or yourself. Well, now they've changed it so that it used to be the front skate had to be behind the line. Now it's the tip of the back skate. So basically your whole body could be across the line, but if part of you is still on the other side of it and the puck's in front, like basically it changed. It's all going to move much quicker and get into that scoring zone much easier.
Essentially, offsides is not even a rule anymore. It used to be you needed both skates down before you crossed the line, before the puck crossed the line.
Right.
You know, now you don't need to have both skates down. You can just do whatever you want all willy-nilly.
Kind of changed it all willy-nilly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And then they, because of the pandemic, there's Canada doesn't allow anyone in or out right now in the States. So they changed all their divisions. So they have a Canadian division and an East-West. And so less travel equals less chance of COVID, that kind of thing. But then they did this stupid thing. And I don't know why I'm so offended by it because they're just making money.
Because it's offensive.
They have 4 divisions, and they sold the naming rights to each one. So it's now
First of all, and I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Are these divisions, are they newly drawn divisions for the teams? Are the divisions the same as they were? Because the NHL has a tendency to just redraw up divisions in conferences all willy-nilly whenever they feel like it.
They redrew every division because now all the Canadian teams are just in one division because they can't leave the country. And then the other 3, they just sort of, like basically the Red Wings are back in the Western Conference, in the Western Division. And
what happens when like a Canadian team goes to the Stanley Cup playoffs? You know?
They haven't thought that far yet.
Anyway, continue. I got all kinds of questions, but continue.
So they named the division. So you have the Scotiabank North Division.
It's just the stupidest thing ever.
You got
it's just a skosh over ridiculous is what it is.
The Honda West Division. The Discover Card Central Division. And the Mass Mutual East Division. I mean, it's a simple little thing. It's not even. I probably won't even notice it when they start playing. But just hearing about it, I started ranting and raving behind the scenes. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you rearranged all the divisions. You did all this.
I can't wait for the Pornhub Stanley Cup playoffs. Stupid. What's going on around here?
As long as Sidney Crosby's not there. Pornhub Stanley Cup Finals made me think of the funniest NHL name ever, Haken Lube. He was a real guy.
Honestly, the NHL is a great example of how regular people can't make change happen, because how the hell do the fans of the NHL really put up with Gary Bettman has to be the worst commissioner probably in the history of sports.
Yeah.
He has done so much damage to that league that it's just when did he take over? Early 90s?
Yeah, it's been a long
Early 90s,
time.
I want to say Gary Bettman took over the NHL. And it is when he took it over, it was at like the height of popularity. When Gretzky went to the LA Kings, late 80s, somewhere around there,
Yeah.
hockey was booming. And, we're going to put a team in San Jose and ruin everything and have lockout. Like, he has taken the NHL downhill so much.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think they have a hard time making money, which I love hockey. I get, I mean, it's funny, all the other leagues
There's no money in TV for it.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. But at the same time, they're expanding. Like when the new season starts in a week, I think that's the inaugural game of the Seattle Kraken. Like that's a team, and that's their first game ever.
How many of these?
I have to double check that now while I'm talking.
How many of these teams are selling out?
Not many of them, especially sadly, even the Canadian ones.
What about when was that? Are the Red Wings selling out? When they were playing games with fans, obviously.
When they had fans and when they were good. But this last season, it was, I mean, you could get like basically it was like the Lions tickets. You could get a decent seat for not much money because they sucked, which has not happened in 35, almost 40 years.
Yeah.
You know, it'd been almost 40 years since they were bad. And then they made the playoffs 26 years in a row. And now Yzerman's rebuilding them. But
man, I can't wait. You know who I can't wait for their streak? Green Bay Packers and their nice 35-year-long losing streak. All aboard the Aaron Rodgers hate train. We should do a podcast. I was thinking about this the other day. We should do a podcast if Aaron Rodgers gets to the Super Bowl, where it's just us watching the Super Bowl, but it's hating Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
that's the Aaron Rodgers hate train podcast.
There's literally any other team that's, if Tampa makes it, well, see, if Green Bay's in the Super Bowl, Tampa Bay can't be there, obviously, because, I mean, NFC. But if Kansas City were to make it, or any of these other great AFC teams, any other team, I'm going to go against Green Bay.
I'm going to go on any team against Green Bay.
Yeah,
any team against Green Bay.
Just don't.
Are the
it.
Bears in the playoffs? Even if the Bears go again,
8-8.
I don't really root for the Bears when they play Green Bay. I usually just root for a meteor to fall to earth and just destroy everything.
Just take out Lambeau.
Yeah. It might be terrible because there might be innocent fans there, but they deserve it for supporting those goddamn teams.
They put cheese on their head.
We're going to close out the podcast with a bit where I do my best Seinfeld impression. What's the deal with porch pirates? I have been realizing lately just how shocked I am at the brazenness of like these porch pirates that you're seeing more and more of.
Oh, yeah.
Thankfully, that has not happened to me, man, because I get packages delivered,
Yeah.
This is out of Toronto, and it comes with a fantastic video.
It's supposed to be nice up there in Canada. Friendly.
They have crime.
They have crime in Canada? That makes sense.
Whoa.
Carry on.
Where this is not a porch cam, which more people have. There was a time when I saw that people had porch cams, and I was like, why do you have those? Now I'm like, why doesn't everybody have those?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's so many people that are just walk up, they'll park in your driveway, walk up to your house, take a package off your porch. And this video, starting at right meow, is... Dude opens the door with a cell phone video. The guy is at his porch, and he ran away so hilariously, stereotypically gay. Like, his arms flailed out.
Oh, no.
Pulls out with his car. He's in a snowbank and totally stuck.
He's got a tiny little compact car.
And there's no way this little Prius or whatever it is getting out of this snowbank.
He's just hung up. Yeah. And meanwhile, the homeowner's like, the cops are called. They're coming.
I wish there was audio on here. There's not, though. But the homeowner is saying, yeah, you're out now, or
It's over.
You're done now because the cops are coming, buddy.
And that guy's
Not one
frantic.
time did the homeowner laugh, because I would have been like, ha, ha, ha.
You're stuck. That's what you get, you stupid pirate.
You really have to be a terrible person to just walk up to somebody's house and just taking packages off. That is a federal offense, you know.
Well, getting in the mail.
Yeah.
These dirty pirates.
Just dirty butt pirates, man. Or Porsche pirates.
Freudian slip.
Oops. Oops.
I do have to update something I said minutes ago. The Seattle Kraken, whatever. They don't start till next season. Their draft for their expansion players isn't till like July.
I barely could tell you all the teams in the NHL.
Actually, that'd be hard. Well,
that's probably, if you were to ask me right now to name all of the baseball teams, I probably could. I know them all, but I probably couldn't name them all.
Right, just off the top of my head.
Yeah. That doesn't. We're back next week. What the hell, everything.
Yeah, we did it.
What the hell, everything?